Why did we actually start the Social Shepherd then?
That's a question and a half, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I thought I'd lead with that straight away.
I mean, I guess, well, I had always said to you, whenever you were working in events and kind of said that you didn't really want to do it much longer, I was like, you should start a social agency because all of the marketing that you've done for your events has been on social.
Yeah.
And people were already coming to you for advice in those areas. And I was like, you should start an agency called The Social Shepherd.
Yeah. I didn't even know what an agency was, to be honest. Before.
Yeah. And then I was working in agencies. And I think the reason I kind of wanted to join you on that venture was because the agencies I'd worked at, they were great companies, honestly. Like, I learned so much from both of those roles and still have friends and contacts there and love it. But I think they were more traditional agencies in terms of just the way that they operated and things. And I am the type of person, like I always say, that my biggest pet hate is lack of efficiency. And I don't really like too much fluff. I don't really like too many words. And so I got a bit fed up of sitting in meetings for like 2 hours. It could have been 15 minutes. Now, I will say, the team watching this will be like, we have loads of meetings. We do have loads of meetings, but they are needed, if that makes sense. So yeah, I was just a bit like, oh, I don't think this is quite right. Like, my heart's not in it. You know, you were sort of gearing up with freelance and social. And I thought, this is an opportunity for us to start something. And I'm not going to lie, I don't think I ever thought that we'd even... Obviously would have wanted to get it to here, but I'm really happy of where we are at the minute in time. I'm really proud of it. Now I am so confident that we can take it so much further.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we started it we wanted a no fluff approach to things. We just wanted to deliver good results, be creative, and have like a group of people that are all working together for the same motive and for the same reason and love their craft and care about it. And that is genuinely what we have with the team here. Everyone is so excited, and that's kind of one of the first things clients always say to us, or new business prospects when we speak to them, is like, you're excitable puppies, like you make me excited about the brand that I'm working on. So I think what we have is the reason why we did it, really. And like, I love coming to work every day and I'm really proud of it. So I'd say that's why, but I mean, maybe you might have a different answer.
Like you mentioned, I had a previous business in events. I was doing that from 2013 to sort of October 2017, roughly. And like you said, throughout that period, I learned a lot about marketing in general, you know, to sell the tickets for those events. You know, that was a large part of that business that was required. Otherwise, without ticket sales, there was no event. So learned a lot through that. It was towards students as well, which obviously they hang out on social a lot. So I learned a lot from that. And I think that really set me up in a place. And I'm super grateful of all those years of experience, because then that's allowed me to then start something like this and take those skills from there. So,
but why did you think agency? Just kind of happened.
I guess it's from sort of knowing you really, and having that concept of what an agency was like, how it was ran, you know, all those sort of insider bits, and working with multiple clients. Obviously for myself, I was just focused on a number of like event brands for myself, more like in-house marketer effectively, rather than working for multiple different brands outside of that on the client side.
It is quite a daunting process though, starting an agency, I would say. I think for the first couple of months I was a bit like, I think we just went into like hyper stress mode, if that makes sense. And like I said before, it just got a bit scrappy and took as much business on as we could. But it's not an easy task, I would say. And it's still not an easy task, but it's a task that we enjoy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, every different stage has come with its own challenges.
I also think a lot of things for myself as well, didn't have much of a choice, because I think for me, going into more of like a career in another business,
being employed,
I'm not sure if that, because of my, like, you know, ever since I was 20 working for myself, that transition might have been really hard. So maybe not.
Would you categorize yourself as unemployable?
Potentially, yeah. Potentially. I guess that's a question for other people, really. But no, I think obviously working for myself since 20 has put me in a mindset where that's what my path was. And I think agency just was the perfect fit for where I was in that stage of my life. And I've taken those skill sets that I've sort of built up, and sort of the Social Shepherd made a lot of sense, I think, at the time, and still does today. And I also want to mention that Social Shepherd was the name decided by you as well.
Yeah, no, I
not
did
me
pick
as
the
well.
name.